Did you know that most commercial cat foods are full of fillers, additives, and artificial ingredients that can harm your cat's health and well-being? Cats are obligate carnivores, which means they need a high-protein, low-carbohydrate diet to thrive. But many store-bought cat foods are loaded with grains, corn, soy, and other cheap sources of calories that can cause obesity, diabetes, allergies, and other health problems for your cat. So, what can you do to provide your cat with the best nutrition possible? You can make your own cat food at home. Homemade cat food is not only healthier, but also cheaper and more environmentally friendly than buying canned or dry food. You can customize your cat's meals according to their preferences, needs, and allergies. And the best part is, your cat will love you more for it. Making homemade cat food is not as hard as you might think. All you need are some basic ingredients, tools, and recipes. Here are the main things you need to make homemade cat food. Meat. This is the main ingredient of your cat's diet. You can use any kind of meat, such as chicken, turkey, beef, lamb, rabbit, or fish. Make sure the meat is fresh, lean, and boneless. You can also use organ meats, such as liver, heart, or kidney, but in moderation, as they are very rich and can cause diarrhea if fed too much. Supplements. These are essential to balance your cat's diet and provide them with the vitamins, minerals, and amino acids they need. The most important supplements are taurine, calcium, and vitamin A. Taurine is an amino acid that cats cannot synthesize and is vital for their heart, eyes, and brain function. Calcium is needed for strong bones and teeth. Vitamin A is important for vision and immune system. You can buy these supplements online or at pet stores, or you can use natural sources such as eggshells, bone meal, or cod liver oil. Water. This is the only liquid your cat needs. Cats get most of their water from their food, so you don't need to add any extra water to their homemade meals. However, you should always provide your cat with fresh, clean water in a bowl or a fountain, as dehydration can cause serious health issues for your cat. Tools. You will need a food processor or a blender, a knife, a cutting board, a measuring cup, a scale, a mixing bowl, and some containers or Ziploc bags to store your homemade cat food. You can also use a meat grinder if you want to grind the meat and bones yourself, but this is optional. Recipes. There are many recipes for homemade cat food online or in books, but you can also create your own based on your cat's preferences and needs. The general rule of thumb is to use 80% meat, 10% bone or calcium source, 5% organ meat, and 5% supplements. You can also add some vegetables, fruits, or herbs for extra flavor and fiber, but in small amounts, as cats don't need much carbohydrates. I'm leaving a link in the first comment with 10 easy and simple recipes to make. How much should you feed your cat? How often should you feed your cat? How long can you store homemade cat food? How can you transition your cat from commercial food to homemade food? These are some of the questions that you might have when you start making homemade cat food for your cat. Don't worry, I'm here to help you with these questions. Here are some tips and tricks to make homemade cat food easier and more enjoyable for you and your cat. How much to feed your cat? This depends on your cat's age, weight, activity level, and health condition. A general guideline is to feed your cat 2 to 4% of their body weight per day, divided into 2 or 3 meals. For example, if your cat weighs 10 pounds, you should feed them 0.4 pounds of homemade cat food per day, or about 6 ounces. You can adjust this amount according to your cat's appetite and body condition. You can use a scale or a measuring cup to measure your cat's food portions. How often to feed your cat? This also depends on your cat's age, weight, activity level, and health condition. Kittens and pregnant or nursing cats need more frequent feedings, while adult and senior cats can do with fewer feedings. A general guideline is to feed your cat 2 or 3 times a day at regular intervals. For example, you can feed your cat once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and once in the evening. You can also use an automatic feeder or a timer to schedule your cat's meals. How long to store homemade cat food? Homemade cat food can be stored in the refrigerator for up to 3 days or in the freezer for up to 3 months. You can use containers or Ziploc bags to store your homemade cat food and label them with the date and the ingredients. You can also portion your homemade cat food into individual servings and freeze them for later use. Before feeding your cat, you should thaw the homemade cat food in the refrigerator overnight or in the microwave for a few seconds. You should never feed your cat spoiled or moldy homemade cat food, as this can cause food poisoning or other health problems. How to transition your cat to homemade cat food. This is the most important and challenging part of making homemade cat food for your cat. Cats are creatures of habit, and they can be very picky and resistant to change. If you switch your cat's food abruptly, they might refuse to eat it, or they might develop digestive issues, such as vomiting or diarrhea. To avoid this, you should transition your cat to homemade cat food gradually, over a period of 2 to 4 weeks. You can start by mixing a small amount of homemade cat food with your cat's current food and gradually increase the proportion of homemade cat food while decreasing the proportion of current food until your cat is eating only homemade cat food. You should monitor your cat's appetite, weight, and stool during this transition and consult your veterinarian if you notice any signs of distress or illness. Check out this other video that appears on the card about how to deal with your cat's bad behavior. I'm sure it will help you a lot. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know how your cat likes their homemade food. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.